I was born in Kielce, Poland on August 26, 1998. My mom was 24 and finishing medical school, and my dad was 20, teaching English and German and going to school for accounting in Warsaw. We lived in a small apartment while my mom finished school, and then moved back to Kielce when I was 1, to an apartment under my grandma's. My grandpa had already been living in the United States for the last 15 years, and had become an American citizen, which made my mom, and therefore my dad and I, eligible for green cards. For the next 3 years while my dad finished school, my parents saved up money and we got our green cards. In 2002, they packed up 6 suitcases full of books, clothes, and other valuables, sold the rest of their belongings, and booked 3 one-way tickets to Atlanta, Georgia. I was excited to go on this huge adventure, not understanding that even my parents didn't know when we would be back to visit. We moved to Atlanta because that was where my grandpa lived, and we stayed with him for the first 6 months until my parents found stable jobs and we were able to move into our own apartment. During this time of adjustment, I started going to preschool and learning English. In the evenings, I would often watch the movie Titanic in order to learn English, even though I didn't understand a word they were saying. Over the next few years, they both worked jobs they were overqualified for, while my mom studied for and took the United States medical licensing exams. These first few years in the United States were rough. My dad even got a second job as a car salesman in order to make ends meet. In 2004, in the midst of all this, my little sister was born. She was the first one in our 4-person immigrant family to become an American citizen. In 2008, we moved to a small town in southern Minnesota that none of us had ever heard of for my mom's medical residency. I started 3rd grade at a new school, and life started to settle down. In 2011, my little brother was born, completing our family. Finally, a year later, my parents were naturalized, and we all became U.S. citizens. We moved into our first house and were living the American dream. In 2016, I graduated from high school and was accepted into the University of Minnesota. I never thought that Mankato would be where I would grow up, and the place that feels most like home to me. I am forever grateful to my parents for taking that leap of faith as 2 20-somethings with a 4-year-old child to try their luck in a new world. This decision shaped my whole life, from what I learned in school to the friends that I made, and resulted in opportunities for my siblings and I that no one could have predicted.